once again. Today I'm going to tell you the steps to follow when you're trying to buy a property. This was a message I sent to a client that is not in Lagos but wants to buy a property, and said is afraid because so many people around her have been wounded. So this person said he wants to know what are the steps to carry out or to be able to buy properties without having issues. By now, if you're seeing me for the first time, please do well to follow, share, like, subscribe, drop your comments, and if you want to buy property, I beg, I did here, not waste my talents for here. So step number one is that first you have to determine your budget. For example, you have 200 million and then you want to buy a property and they tell you the property is 200 million, which means your budget is 150 to 170. The 30 million on top is something you used to do, pay for agents, pay for search, do change of ownership. So don't have 200 million and go and buy property of 200 million. You will give yourself a very big problem. If you have 200 million, buy property of 170 or 150, because if it's a bare land, you may also need to fence the land. And number two is you also need to go and check the structure of the property. If, for example, you're buying a structured property, you also need to go and check the land itself. If it's by the water side, if it's flooded area, check the location. That is physical inspection. Then after that, you go and make a search. To make a search, you go with documentations from the seller. You would have made a request from the seller to give you the document they claim to have, so that you can go and do the search. And it doesn't just end there. They have to give you a written note. Why am I telling you our secret? Leave that one like that. Then another thing you can do now is to verify the title documents of the property. If, for example, it's a deed of gift, which means the person got the property as a gift, or it's a deed of assignment, that is what they have, or it's a C of O, or governor's consent, or if you just survey plan and receipt, you have so much work to do. But don't just buy a property and get a survey plan and a receipt. You need to go further. So many people are having just receipt and survey plan. How? That you are giving yourself opportunity for somebody to steal that property. Be warned. Another thing you should do after verifying the documents, and when I talk about verifying the documents, you also need to be sure if the documents that they're giving to you is original. So going to the registry to do your search will make you know if the documents given to you was original. There was a video I made about the clients that gave us documents or told us the property was having a C of O, and by the time we went to the registry, they said the person never even reached here at all. They've never seen that name, they've never seen that property in the registry. So these are some of the reasons why somebody needs to go and carry out their search. Then conduct a due diligence. So when you conduct a due diligence, now you're not asking questions, and then you have to go with a lawyer that will help you to do all this questioning. If you have to buy from a family, then you have to ask for the history of the family. Who sold to you that is selling to me? Who sold to the person that sold to the person that is selling to me now? These are questions you should ask. Is there authority from the other person to sell to you? Or are your families in support, especially when they inherit the property, or it's a family property? Are your family in support of you giving out this property? So these are questions you find out. Then you can now negotiate the amount. Negotiation is allowed. Don't be scared. Now your money, now their property, they won't buyer. So don't be scared to negotiate. Negotiate the price, negotiate the commission if possible, because then there are agents who will not the commission, so you have to negotiate that too. If they agree and you think it's okay with you, you can go further with it. Then documentation and title transfer. So after you've done everything, before the documentation and transfer, you have to make payments. At the period you're making a payment, you collect the receipts. After you collected the receipts, then you have to do the deed of assignment. I already said something about deed of assignment before. and all the things that it contains and why you need a deed of assignment. You now do change of ownership and stuff like that. Then you obtain the government's approval, either C of O or governor's consent, to get you legalized or to make sure that you are the owner of the property. At least when you are going to this stage now, your name is now registered with the government that you are the new owner of this property, and it prevents the previous owner from selling the property to another person. Because even if the previous owner goes to the government and your name has not been registered with the government, it's the old owner that they know. Then you cannot take possession. In taking possession, you cannot collect the house key, you cannot fence the land and do anything you want to do, or rent it out or lease it out. And or you move into the property as you want. Avoid verbal agreements when you are buying properties. Every details, if for example you want to make instrumental payment, let it be written. If the landlord has agreed for a certain amount, let it be written. If you are the one doing one other thing, write it. Let there be weakness and so many other things, because small details not written can be what will bring dispute or land people in court. And don't forget, follow, like, share, subscribe, drop your comments, inbox me if you need my assistance. Thank you once again for seeing this video, and I hope to see you in another of my video. Once again, my name is Annette, and bye for now.